Wilson to Tracy. And Tracy falls forward for a Giants first down. 2nd down and 2 for the Giants. It is Tracy. And Tyrone Tracy picks up a Giants first down. And Lewis, the starting safety today, alongside Damar Hamlin. 3rd down and long for the Giants. Wilson incomplete. Good pressure up front by the Bills.
Yeah, they did a nice job keeping Wilson inside the pocket. There were no games, no stunts. Every guy just rushes about the guy in front of him and just closes it in. Ed Oliver gets a hand on that pass as Wilson looks to dump it off.
53-yard field goal attempt. His 16th year in the NFL, and that kick is good. Opportunity, Maddie, for Trubisky. As you mentioned, Sean McDermott telling us yesterday he wants to see Trubisky with the ones. Here's Laviska Shenault on the kick return, slips a tackle at the 30 and gets up across the 35-yard line.
People with a lot of kind of institutional knowledge that can help us, but the athletes have been great to get to know so far.
Yeah.
On 3rd down, Jackson Dart with a completion, and Miller picks up the first after a big hit by Andreessen, 17-yard gain.
Because the one thing I know Terry and all of us would regret, if there's someone in this building that wants to be there that doesn't have the opportunity, that would be disappointing. So we're going to spend some extra time making sure they get a chance to take another look.
Here goes Washington down the sideline. He stepped out of bounds. But a good-looking drive here for the Giants.
They've got so many guys on this roster who were homegrown here, and they're here because
and a touchdown from Jackson Dart to little Jordan Humphrey.
Because they exceeded their expectations.
30-yard line on a touchback. It's now the 35, and instead of just the 4th quarter, when you're behind, the trailing opponent can declare an onside kick at any time during the game, as Shenault on the return to the 32-yard line. Sean McDermott talked about Trubisky's mobility with us yesterday. We've seen that on display here in the first half, moving the pocket quite a bit as Ty Johnson slips a couple of tackles. Johnson inside the 30 and shoved out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A 13-yard run for Ty Johnson.
One of the things that the Bills coaching staff has been good at over the years with Sean McDermott, their ability to adjust in game is almost tangible. They are, you can see it in his play and also in the skill position players around him.
Trubisky's got a wide open man, and it's Knox for a touchdown.
Just a ho-hum play-action fake, blown coverage by the Giants, no doubt about it. Knox catching it by himself.
Matty, no surprise what Brandon Beane and the Bills were trying to do in this past April's draft. They went big on the defensive line as Dart to Miller, head of steam up ahead, and Miller's going to be close to a Giants first down.
Are known for their athleticism and pass rush ability, not necessarily big run stuffers.
Dart does a great job again to elude the rush and rumbles close to midfield, but there is a flag down back at the line of scrimmage.
But Dart comes in, steps back, shows some good poise, and then as there's just so much open ground there. It's become, in this day and age, if your quarterback can't, he's going to the right guy, making the right decisions, he's got to execute.
50-yard attempt for Graham Gano, and that is good.
Tried to continue to outrun the defender instead of running under the ball.
Raheem Lane made a good play. Trubisky again, this time down the other sideline. A one-handed grab by Wilkerson was the in. Yes! Christian Wilkerson with the play of the day so far.
Yeah, Wilkerson has been impressive, and the Bills like him because he's a big, physical athlete. And show.
2nd down and 4 with 40 seconds to go. Miller on the carry. And now Brian Daboll will call timeout. Giants are 5 for 9 on 3rd downs here in the first half. Dart stands in there, fires, and it's broken up to Corey. Couch got a hand on it.
This ball was just a hair late, and it gave Couch a chance to recover. Is also a little bit back in behind him. I'll say this about Couch, and obviously the Giants are their own entity, and this is a Bills broadcast. Jackson Dart seems to be his mind seems right where it needs to be for making the right decisions.
51-yard attempt for Graham Gano, and it is good.
It's important.
Trubisky steps up, taking a deep shot down the field. He's got a man. It's Shavers. Tyrell Shavers to the 6.
Here, what do? You go for 3 points, or do you try and score here?
How about we marvel at the replay first? What a throw and catch. Shavers, 59 yards.
Couldn't believe he got behind the defense. And there it was, Shavers showing the legs.
And here is Davis. His kick is good. Down the stretch here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Mike White's going to have to do more than just show up to outshine Trubisky. Trubisky set a standard, raised the bar.
Smith-Marset on the return with a flag down. And Smith-Marset is brought down just shy of the 40. 3rd down and 7. White in trouble, and down he goes. Thrown down by DJ Davidson. So a quick 3 and out for Buffalo to open up the second half.
Yeah, this is just an absolute beat right here inside.
White rolling right. He's got a wide open man deep. And it's caught for a touchdown. KJ Hamler.
From right down the inside slot, you saw the offensive linemen all slide to their left. Mike White knows that. That's why he moved to his right. Hamler sliced through the defense diagonally, and it was just the perfect angle. Great throw. Mike White making the throw. That was good pre-snap execution by the quarterback, the offensive line, and of course Hamler making the catch easily as well. Got some help from the...
7:06 to go in the third. Winston play fake, sets up the screen to Ward. Ward's got blockers ahead. Jonathan Ward into Buffalo territory.
After an interception that gets called back, hey, why not? Let's go.
Here's Miller on the handoff. And there's Charlo again. Jimmy Charlo, who spent all of last year on injured reserve with the Jets after a 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Winston steps up. He's got a lane to run. He's going to tuck it away. Winston at the 10. Stutter step to the 6. First and goal for the Giants after Wande Owens makes the tackle. A gain of 13 for Jameis.
Yeah, it's a good job by Jameis Winston. Smart play. There's nobody over there to throw to, even though he's got the ball up. And then, of course, a good tackle on the side.
Winston play fake, and he's got a touchdown to Gunnar Olszewski. Olszewski very busy on that drive. Winston the big run.
Yeah, and they'll go for 2 here.
Jameis has plenty of time. Out of the end zone, and it is caught. Nice catch in the end zone by Thomas Fidone, the rookie 7th rounder out of Nebraska.
I had the same reaction as him, you know, coming in the league, just being a young guy, just trying to find his way into now being in year 7, having kids, raising kids, doing different things in life, just looking back.
You expect to get the ball back at least one more time before the end of the game.
2nd down and 3. White to Evans. Evans touchdown. Another touchdown drive by Mike White in the Bills offense.
That was a well-executed drive by the Bills, both through the air and on the ground. They blocked it well up front. Mike White went to the right place with the ball. And Frank Gore Jr. in the running back.
White looking for Chenault, and he's got it.
Yeah. That was a really good throw from White. Chenault executed it and plucked it out of the air perfectly, but White put some zip on this, put it in the exact right spot on his back shoulder. The ball is there.
Giants going for it on 4th down. DeVito with time, pump fakes, buying more time, now throws, and a great catch is made by Fidone. He made the catch on the 2-point conversion, and the Giants pick up the 1st down.
DeVito That just doesn't happen very often anymore.
Those are happy problems. Jude Mikatomney attempting the 42-yard field goal, and it's good. And the Giants pull back ahead with 7:13 to go in the fourth.
Guys that I've been teammates with for years, and we're definitely more than just teammates. We're good, genuine friends off the field. So anytime you can do that and play with the guys that you really care about.
Deion Kane on the reception there with 2.5 to go. Bad snap. Bouchel trying to track it down. Can't scoop it up. Ball is still loose. And who's got it? The Giants say they have it. And they do. It's Trace Ford, the rookie out of Oklahoma, picking up the loose ball.
Yeah, and that's a catastrophic mistake. You see this ball was, it was launched right over his head. Had no chance for it. It's easier to evaluate guys you're not sure about when you see him play and play and play and play.
DeVito to a wide open Jonathan Ward. And that's a Giants touchdown with 2:11 to go.
Blown coverage, and Giants take advantage of it.
Ward signed with the Giants on Monday, and
into the deep red zone.
Bouchel out of the pocket, rolling left. Now throws and
smart
throws this
play.
one away.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Bouchel. Now there's 2 penalties.
Gore is open. Gore makes the catch. Did he get across? Yes. He did. Touchdown, Buffalo. Frank Gore Jr.
Buffalo taking advantage of a Giants defense that was going to bend and not break.